What is the greatest comeback to an insult you've ever heard? Part 3. Someone yelled out in a Walmart. I'm not ashamed of who I am. Another voice echoed back. That's your parents' job. Being a lesbian. I get that you never had a real man pretty often. Someone stood up for me, well, no one around here. I worked with this older man. He once asked me where were you when I was in my prime. My reply. Kindergarten. That shut him down quick. I have a bunch, but one of the more memorable ones was back in 8th grade. For context, I didn't make the basketball team 7th grade. But I made the team in 8th grade. This kid that was on the team the previous year but didn't make it currently was really upset and telling me how bad I am and blah blah blah. I told him that if he is better than me then why didn't he make the team? And he replied with, it's just cause of my grades, bro. So I replied with, oh, so you're just fucking stupid then. He gave up cause it was either accept that he was bad or accept he was an idiot. So the classic. You're adopted. At least my parents chose to have me. It's gotta be the Aliens locker room scene for me. Hudson, hey Vasquez. Have you ever been mistaken for a man? Vasquez, no, have you? Edit, brain derped with the film title. I'd call you a cunt, but I assume you lack the depth and the warmth. You sure do talk a lot for never saying anything. Was out with a friend who was wearing a silly outfit. Someone came up and said, why are you wearing that? It's not Halloween. He replied with, then why don't you take off that hideous mask? My brother got a terrible haircut from Supercuts. He didn't know it was a place for learning barbers. They basically shaved his head. He was so pissed. So the next day at work, our boss, on break in front of everyone, said to my brother, so you're trying to copy your videos and got cancer, huh? My brother makes super edgy / gay / dark comedy skits. And our boss is 5'4". Very short. My brother immediately snapped back with, yeah, well, at least I can ride all the rides at Six Flags. We all died from laughing. Fun bonus story. Later that night the boss, who was pretty cool, tried to say something again which I don't remember. I just remember what my bro said, which was, just because I can reach the cookies from the top of the fridge doesn't mean you gotta be crying all night. Pretty good, but not as funny as the first one, Imo. At a party, there was this shitty guy, always trying to start fights. He picked on one of the quiet guys to make fun of and told him, I think you're a pussy. He calmly responded with, I don't think about you at all. If you want my comeback, you'll have to scrape it off your mother's teeth. The greatest comeback I witnessed was when Kumail Nanjiani was on Mean Tweets and someone asked, is your dick multiple colors? And he said yes. Every shade of your mom's lipstick. On an Indian roast show, there were two bald twin brothers and the roaster told them, you two confuse me on a biological level. You two look like testicles, but you are both assholes. I am still waiting for an opportunity to use that. I expected a better insult from someone of your upbringing and education. I've been called worse things by better people. I was 13 years old, carrying a bunch of books for the teacher. Some joker thought it was funny to pretend to fall right in front of me. And NBSP. I told him, don't fall for me, man. And NBSP. My whole book carrying crew and his prank crew all started bursting into laughter. I didn't register what had happened until much later. You did nothing down there, that was all me. Bro, I cleaned up all those boxes and stuff. What boxes? Exactly. In high school, me and my boyfriend, we were gay, were walking together and some dumbass came up and said, why are you guys always together? What are you? Gay. So my man said, why? Are you interested? Joe Pine interviewing Frank Zappa. Joe, I guess your long hair makes you a woman. FZ, I guess your wooden leg makes you a table. English class in middle school. Kid A, yo. Kid B, your mama waited on me at McDonald's last night. Must feel like shit having a mom that works at McDonald's. Kid B, at least my mom gets out of bed to go to work. English teacher far louder than he realized, damn. The rest of us were laughing so hard. The teacher next door popped her head in to see what was going on. Kid in my class with big ears called me a fairy. Being the cool fantasy enthusiast I am, I snapped back calling him an elf. He smacked my head on a brick wall for my efforts. But still. There's a story about Margot Asquith, a British socialite and author, meeting Jean Harlow and correcting Harlow's mispronunciation of her first name. No, the T is silent. As in Harlow. Arguing with my mom for the millionth time. And she would always say something along the lines of, "You're just like your father." One day I got tired of it. And told her, "I'm not like my father. I'm smarter than him." "Oh yeah? And why is that?" "Because I had a girlfriend like you and I broke up with her. Didn't talk to me for a couple of days." I'm sure I've heard better retorts. But this is one I vividly remember. When I was about 12. I stopped doing my homework. Which frustrated my parents. As I had been a good student. My mom, also frustrated with my father, exploded on me like never before. "You son of bitch," I replied. "Well, what does that make you?" I locked myself in my room for hours. A friend in high school on our way to a track meet. He was staring at a car in the parking that was really nice. When this bag saw him. "Bag, why bothering looking at that when you know you'll never be able to get one?" "My friend, the same reason you watch porn." The entire bus erupted, and it's still one of the funniest things I've ever heard. On a construction site one afternoon. Different trades were working in the same area. Like silly team sports. The Sparkies always hang with the Sparkies and the Turd Wranglers always hang with the Turd Wranglers, and anytime they're together it turns into a pointless stick measuring contest, usually not literally. One particularly childish exchange saw two men chopping back and forth, "My dick biggest." Blah blah blah. Finally one of them spits out this classic, "I've got girth like a kin of corn." And the clap back was unforgettable. "But you've got length like a kin of tuna." Everyone busted up. Mr. Girth tried to hide his embarrassment. But was tied up. No comeback. And a room of men laughing uncontrollably. Good times. Yeah, know those people who tell you to be yourself? Don't listen to them. He's come up with more creative insults. But this is the most memorable. My best friend. After an argument with some kid from our school in a shop, we began walking away down the street. Kid, "Where you going, pussy?" Friend, "Your mom's house." Kid, "My mom lives the other way, idiot." Friend, "Not, I meant your real mom." Not heard. But read. Easily the Spartans reply to Philip II of Macedon. As Philip II of Macedon was conquering Greek city-states left and right, Sparta was left alone. Philip had achieved a crushing victory. And Sparta was relatively weak and without walls. Philip sent a message to the Spartans saying, "If I invade Laconia you will be destroyed, never to rise again." The Spartans replied with one word. "If." Told a buddy years back. "Fuck you." He replied, "No, fuck yourself. It's twice the pussy." Glenn McGrath, Aussie cricketer, got frustrated with Edo Brandis as his every attempt to stump Brandis failed. This is what happened next. McGrath, "Why are you so fat?" Brandis, "Because every time I fuck your wife, she gives me a biscuit." "Aren't you a little young to be building a roller coaster?" "Yes. Yes, I am." Fair enough. In high school, we congregated in our cliques around the benches. One friend is cracking his knuckles and did this fairly often. Another friend saw this and remarked, "You pop your hands a lot, you must jerk off a lot." The friend that popped his hands immediately looks at him and calmly says, "You pop your jaw a lot, you must suck dick a lot." Weirdly enough, no one laughed. We just all shrugged and took it as a logical explanation. It's been over 20 years and I still think about the logic. Edit, wow, look at those numbers. Thanks internet fam. As for the informative comments about changing cliques to cliques for the sake of the story, I think I'll leave it as is. This short guy at a bar was talking shit to my friend and he said, "I'm going to be the bigger man," and walk away. To which my friend replied, "You will never be the bigger man." An acquaintance of mine had his wife stolen by his best friend after a long secret affair. A few months after the swapping of the wife from one friend to the other, the two men had their first face-to-face encounter at a family gathering. My friend says to the best friend, how's that used p / y working out for you? Best friend replies, it ain't bad once you get past the used part. In my book, that is one of the greatest of all time responses. Not a comeback in the strict sense, but the best shutdown I've seen, and the fact that it was my high school aged daughter makes it even better for me. Some princess type mean girl comes up and comments on my daughter's punked out style. Daughter just looks her in the eye, then slowly looks her up and down. Then smirks, cocks an eyebrow and walks away. Princess was just frozen, as if it had never occurred to her that a lower status person could ever choose not to give a rat's ass about what she had to say. Back in high school, I was in the orchestra. We went on several big national trips each year. One year, a group of upperclassmen were busted for pot in their hotel room. Everyone except one guy was suspended and prohibited to attend future trips. The one guy who wasn't in trouble apparently hid in the shower and played dumb. And they believed him. So a week later, the entire orchestra is practicing with the teaching assistant when our conductor enters the practice room. And in front of the entire 114 members of the orchestra, says Jason, all your friends ratted you out. They're mad. I'm mad. You played me like a fiddle. That's what I play, Jason replied, raising his violin. Me, we should learn from our mistakes. My friend, so that's why you have a younger sister? Thanks for watching.